Yoda. Yeah. He's number one is Yoda though. No, I think it was a different night. He was number one, and then I think like a 2-1 player logged in or something like that. So insta pick, I didn't even see the cards, but insta pick a random spec Mustang crawler, which is interesting. He is a Mustang enjoyer. It's so funny. And time, um, Time's got kind of shit specs. Honestly, Marksman spec is probably his best bet, but maybe he wants aero spec free boat. But Marksman is kind of like, I don't know. He opts for Marksman's Sledgehammer, which is not good into a push, which is what I'm assuming Wonderboat's going to be doing. Maybe not. Wonderboat is not pushing. So this should be interesting. Sledges are good into Mustangs. Rate the spec. Can I change my vote? Absolutely not. And I like Wonderboat's setup here. It's basically it's delayed but full, pushing one side because honestly you probably can't win with Mustangs like symmetrically positioned. So this should be pretty solid right side push. And the marksmen this round are going to be doing nothing. So I would imagine though Time wants to buy 2 crawlers here. But who knows? Maybe he buys a Wraith. You never know. He's buying 2 Fangs, actually. Now, Fangs are... Crawlers are better chaff into Mustangs. But the benefit of the Fangs is... You can't missile early. So probably a good call here. There is armor on Sledge. Time has no range. What does he have that I don't have? Oh, no EMP, I see. So Time has the same tech as me, but no EMP. Which I kind of do like that setup. I mean, I don't like Sledges, but... You know, you have the link field maintaining potential. Same with Phoenix, I see. Yeah, Phoenix... A lot of people tend to do that too, but I think specifically with the Mustang, you're gonna lose if you take the 1v1. And Time insta-picks deployment spec. Now Wonder is probably debating charged ammo or deployment spec, I would imagine here. You probably still want deploy, but like, man, charged ammo does shut down a lot of things. And it makes his right side push even more stronger with in the long term. Like basically all your tech's gone. And War Factory, maybe. Interesting. Opts for a skip. So does not want deployment spec, and he's probably buying 2 Stormcallers, maybe? Let's see what he has in mind. So the 450 is I'm assuming 2 Storms. Like, why would you skip deployment? Like, deployment is good, but he has a plan, so 2 Storms is probably a good call here, because he could not be able to buy 2 Storms, and he wants to set the tempo. So I like this play here. Stormcaller, though, takes out the early Fangs and should help do some Sledgehammer damage. Time actually buys more Sledges, which I think is a good call. Looks like he bought some Crawlers as well. But the crawler Mustang push does actually get through. And this round 2 goes again to Wonderboat. Decent amount of HP damage here. But not too big a deal for now. Amplified core, probably going on a level 2 Mustang. That's just the read here, and it's exactly what's happening. This is a big, beefy Mustang. Can't even get one shot by sledges at the moment. And that's pretty good scaling. All due to the deployment buy. And Wonder's buying 2 Mustangs. 2 more Mustangs. We want good clear across the board. Probably want some more crawlers eventually, but... Time is skipping, buying Mech Rage. Interesting, he doesn't want Amp Core and a Sledge. Although the Amp Core stats don't do much other than give HP. And he doesn't have a level, so not too big a deal. And he's buying just more Sledges, hard pushing one side. Sledgehammer clear, kind of weak to this. Or it's going to take a little bit of a while. And we're just buying more Sledge. He's setting up the secret link, potential link angle here, because this is basically a line once they all interact, but don't know about this. There's a lot of sledge will die to Stormcallers, but who knows? No sledge levels yet, so this Mustang is just eating these sledges alive. Unfortunately though, some crawlers are pushing these sledges in there, but left side tower will go down pretty early here. Right side is winning. 4 sledges beats 2 Mustangs. But tower debuff is a little bit strong here and should put Wonderboat with even more scaling. I wonder what he's going to put to tank for the Mustangs. Fortresses could be good, but honestly, even Phoenix is a good call for Wonder. Rhino spec turn though. Shield device spec I think is a safe call. Even missile device spec is interesting, but yeah, sledges should eventually like push through against this comp. But we will see. We're buying Mustang range and 2 Phoenixes. He's opting to skip. I think Shield Device Spec is just a good card to have, but maybe he wants defense or something, or attack. And putting 2 Phoenixes maybe on left side so we can win pretty hard. We will see. Opting for boat, which I think is pretty strong. We need to do something about this Rhino, and I think Overlord is a reasonable answer considering we're aerial spec. Putting a middle crawler to be the first volley instead of the sledges and fangs. So we got Phoenixes on each side and a Rhino this turn, essentially. I think we saved 100. I may have missed that. Yeah, like this boat should get a nice level here. Well, good experience, but this turn maybe gets a level. But these Mustangs are just ripping everything apart. And left side tower should go down. Boats drop as well. So these Mustangs are getting a little bit out of control. Maybe it might be time for armor. I don't know. Time in a very rough spot here. 744 HPs. Charged ammo. Offered on the table, insta-pick from Wonder pretty much. It's just so strong. It disables mech rage, it slows down everything, disables armor. Like, this is looking like could be game here, who knows? Maybe firestorms. Maybe sledge armor. Maybe more boats with HE. I don't know. I don't know. Level 3 Mustang. So with amp core is a little bit excessive. And only one sledge levels here. I like how Wonder is playing this standard plate, like hard pushing one side. I think that was just very smart. I usually just too symmetrical brains and probably lose at the beginning. But I do like this. Charged ammo on a boat. Interesting. Maybe just to slow down the Rhino? I don't know. I wouldn't mind charged ammo on a sledgehammer. At least it would disable the Mustang range. And we're putting a boat left side. But there's honestly so many Phoenixes and Mustang levels that this looks like it's the end. And there is armor, but unfortunately armor doesn't matter to this guy and to the dude with the armor counter item. This is a pretty clean sweep from Wonderboat. Solid opener. Was hard pushing one side, got a Mustang item, Mustang scaled, pushes the other side. Damn, well. Game 1 goes to Wonderboat. Alright, the picks are up. We got cost control. Pretty decent spec here, even giant spec. Decent spec, but he wants the Fang Phoenix cost control. He is an enjoyer of that. And now the specs for time is kind of shit. Not gonna lie, I guess you go for marksman spec. I don't know. These are kind of rough packs, to be honest. Maybe speed spec for the storms? Yeah, he wants speed spec storm. Like, he just wants storms. We'll see what how time's gonna open. Now he's hitting you guys with the dick. The dick storms. Will he actually commit to the dick storms though? Because last time he did bait the chatter, so maybe wait before you place your boats in if you're not confident in the dick. And interesting that Wonder sets up in a standard position instead of usually going for the aggro. Maybe he reads this aggro rush, or who knows. He's baiting after that comment? Maybe. He could be. No, actually, Wonder opting for an aggro push here. And luckily, he's on the side that time is not focusing on. And buys 2 arc lights. So this is a very strong hard push here. But we'll see how these players play it out. And buys 2 more fangs. More late chaffs. This is a big commitment. Looks like he's going to lock in onto the line. This tower will go down off rip. Well, not off rip actually. Apparently we like to turn last second. Ooh, which tower will go down first here? And now the dick will get demolished with the debuff, it looks like. Rip. Can these single Fang packs clean everything up? Who knows? Well, decent tower timing. Ended up making him win the round. We will see how each player approaches this, because this is definitely an uncomfortable position to be in when both players are aggro rushing on the opposite side. Half of the thing you want to do is slow down, the other half is just hard commit to a tower. That's generally, I think, what the best strat is to do, but storm pressure is a bit strong, but all you really need is like a Fang. Who is a Wonderboat? Don't know Wonderboat. He's just a top player. Just the top player. He's also like the host of the tourney, or he like set up the tourney in the Discord. And interesting, we're buying a Vulcan. Yeah, Wonder plays at I don't see him on ladder too much. He plays like late hours, NA hours, or like early mornings. But it's interesting that he opts for a haste module Vulcan to be the tank and to clear up all these crawlers and fangs. And a arc to cover flank and clear up the crawler that's going to tower. Oh my goodness. Time. Range fangs. Pretty sure he was like number 2 world at some point. Pretty sure. That is also true. Surprising that he's buying fangs though with range. And Time sells off the Stormcaller. He does not like the dick. A non-dick enjoyer. And his Vulcan should be feasting here. And looks like a lot of tempo now for Wonderboat. Time's going for some type of Fang all in, it looks like, potentially. But he's got to definitely address his left side and the Vulcan side. And insta-pick barrier from Wonderboat. Holy smokes. Is he going to buy another Vulcan? He is, with the barrier. That is definitely threatening here for Time. Using that cost control money and just utilizing the cash money advantage against him. Like, this is rough. We need balls. Probably. That's probably like your only bet is balls, I guess. Vulcans are indeed very far forward, but you want to address the issue fast off Riv, I think. Don't want to wait around. But I mean, early balls could do something. Just a Discord ran by Wonder. Some Mechabellum gamers in there. Interesting, he buys one fortress with the barrier, which is also very strong. I don't know how this fortress falls, but I mean, most of this team is going to die. Power will go down. Phoenixes will break shield, I think. But we will see. So he's doing an early fortress for the Vulcan answer. Yeah, it just came, it was a bit spontaneous. This is match 2. Game 1 was pretty clean from Wonder. But Fortress Man, no die. And he's keeping all the fangs alive in his little safety net. Although when he buys shield, it's going to get overridden. But, I mean, still probably a reasonable call to do. He He probably feels like he's a little bit behind. Look at Fortress Man go! He's already got level 2 Fortress, which is now a big problem for Wonder. But we will see what happens when more fortresses are deployed. Left side needs to work and right side needs addressed. Assault Fortress is a really good card here. Increases attack by 30 HP, increases HP by 30 HP, and movement speed by 3. But Schmelter. The Schmelter behind the Vulcan, the secret strategy. Nothing can stop the Vulcan Schmelter strat here. Now, I think the Fortress buy was reasonable, but big Melter from the behind, keeping the homies safe. Let's get a good cam in here. We need to see what the Melter sees. Ah, yes. This is beautiful. Anyways. 2 more forts by time here. But, so left side is at least slowed down, but right side looks like it's going to die pretty fast. The homies, the beam is even going through the Vulcan. But Assault Fortress owns all things. Let's see if this fortress can clean it up. This Vulcan is literally a pixel HP. Tower timing, though, could be beneficial here. If he gets tower, this could be a nice game. Assault Fortress knows what the mission is. The mission is simple. There is a tower we need to get. Don't worry about this Melter. We need to get the maximum XP. So we'll see how Time wants to navigate the scenario here. More fortresses probably just wins. With Fang summoning. Because all of Wonder's clear on right side at least is reliant on Vulcans, pretty much. It was leveled up before it. Don't worry about that. I know. It's the theoretical infinite XP, okay? You want to get it. We're getting a skip from Wonder. Nano is probably not too bad, but into Melter, not that big a deal. We were buying Melter range. Pretty aggro positioning here. But he wants to lock on pretty fast, right? We'll see how much a difference range does, or range makes. And we're getting Fang Shield to slow down the forts and the Fangs. Hard to missile these as well without investment. Time does not have Fang summoning. He has a launcher, by the way. And we're doing a nice little cheeky Fang distraction and opting for a fist here, which I think is a good call. So this Melter might just die in a nice flank. Make sure my chat is disabled. Now the Melter will be distracted, but we're getting insta lock on right side, and Fang Shield actually tanks the fist. I think that was a good call here, but Fang Shield also occupying the fortress on the right for a decent amount of time. Middle fortress gets his fists off, but it's not enough to make a difference. Fang Fortress, though, coming in off spawn, gets the right Melter, gets the left Melter. So still a pretty close game. Although once Wonder plugs all his holes with Melters, maybe he's in a good spot, but he is reliant on Vulcans for clear for the most part. So decent HP damage, about 1,000. putting Wonder at 1.6k HPs. Instapix Amp Core. Don't really need top supply. This game could end like any second now. Both parties taking Amp Core probably on the here and here. We will see. And Wonder's going for the missile. He doesn't want to mess around shooting at Fangs the entire match. He's also borrowing here. With this many giants on the field, this could be anyone's game. Or this game could end like rather quickly. And Time is mech raging the Fangs. Once again, get more value out of those, help clear the crawlers faster. Also goes in front of the fortresses more likely, and he's buying just more blue Fangs. And he's going for a pretty big flank here. We'll see if this is enough. Hopefully Wonder shield missiles this, because he should be expecting shafts to go in front. Although the fortress... Ooh, nice. Okay, so he puts a Mustang behind to make sure he has better clear and buys 2 Mustangs, which I think is a good call. But Fang range and mech range is some good tempo from Time. There is a level 2 melter though with Amp Core, which is probably not dying this game. The Assault Fortress is going to go in front of the spawning in Fangs here. But Fisting will knock down the melter. The Fangs will probably eventually get tower here. Nice. Blue Fangs doing a lot of damage. Debuff going down. We'll see how much damage these Fangs can do. So all the fortresses are dead. It was Suck Tech. It was range. Wonder what Wonder's going to do about the suck. Is he just going to put Fang shields in front? I think that's a reasonable call. Now we got Lightning Storm, but probably not too impactful here, opting for deployment spec. Probably want a bunch more Fangs, potentially. I don't know. More fortresses to overwhelm this. Could be interesting. Actually opting for barrier here. And Wonder's deploying a bunch of shields. Maybe worried a bit about Lightning Storm, but... He's borrowing for another fortress. Wonder has bought range and HE for 3 Mustangs. And I think this is a good call to flank with the fortress. Left side is pretty wide open here. Time is bored for range and speed, so these fortresses are going in fast, 15 meters a second. And he's got a bunch of level 3 Fangs. And this Fang is now distracting the Melter again. Melters have suck, but don't know if it'll be enough. Double Fist though. Tower is protected, but this debuff will be going in pretty fast here. Nice. Game 2 going to Time. Fang Gaming is still alive and well. I think the Vulcans on the line may have maybe been Wonderboat's main misplay. Don't know, ended up costing him. Although Assault Fortress is fucking insane. In the Melter matchup, like, it's insane. But Time also played that very well punishing flanks here. Selling off the dick. Stabilizing left side. And then getting a nice cheeky flank. Well played. Wait, that probably makes it through. Okay. Specs are up. Giant Spec, Fang, Storm is probably the best pick here. Supply Spec, Fang, Phoenix is probably going to be the pick. So these are the picks. Are there any other games in this tourney? Oh yeah, there's if you want all the info, you can check out that. Right now we're in group stage. If you win both matches, you're good. Oh yeah. I don't know why my brain just doesn't process these things. So, all right, the specs that I thought were picked, we are indeed picked. Yeah, so Time wins this. He's the best gamer in his group, and he'll advance to semis. Monks has advanced to semis. Yoda has advanced to semis. All right, so now we're getting a rush from Wonder. Kind of similar setup here to his last play, but Time opting to no more dick. He doesn't want the dick. He wants just standard anti setup here, which I think is a good call. Now he needs anti-air outside of the fangs. We'll see if he just buys some more fangs, which I think would be pretty good if he just buys more fangs, but Wonderboat could buy a Mustang, or he could buy 2 arcs. So he sees fangs on the field and opts for Mustangs. Mustangs do a lot better into fangs, so I think that's a pretty good call. And Time opting to buy more fangs. A bunch of fangs. So Wonderboat buying Mustang is probably a good call here. It looks like Time ran out of time. No way. He is definitely doing on-brand things here. Stormcaller, though, should clean up the Mustangs. And tower goes down. Mustangs clean up. And round 1 should go to Wonder here. Wonder's playing one of his best lambs. Oh yeah. What, Supply Spec Fang Phoenix opener? It is definitely very strong. Phoenix techs are EMP range, charge shot, and shield. Fang, Mustang, Phoenix, aggro. I see. The Mustang aspect. I tend to still opt for arcs in this position, but I think it's probably the correct thing to buy Mustangs. Because, well, arcs late game won't do good to Fangs. Wonderboat pretty quickly here buys a haste module. Puts out a Mustang, which is just good mathematics. Mustang should be able to kill a lot of things here. Now I'm curious what Time will do about these Phoenixes and what he'll do about these Mustangs. Will he buy more Stormcallers? Or will he just buy his own Mustang? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. It is his turn to buy the Vulcan with haste module. Not necessarily a fan of a Vulcan into a Mustang push. Mainly because there'll be rhinos in front, there'll be fortresses in front, there'll be balls in front, but we will see how this plays out. You know, Wonder buys another pack of Mustangs. And another Fang. Looks like Wonder sold his Phoenix. Not really getting much value out of it initially, but this Vulcan should clean up pretty well here. He is giant spec though, right? So this is a $400 Vulcan, not 500, right? Still doesn't have an upshoot answer, really. Maybe these fangs can do it, but not that big a deal, to be honest. Seven fangs and a dream. Let's watch the very serious camera angle here. Can they do it? Oh my god, my low graphic settings makes this look even better. Jesus. Bro! Do something. Fuck. Rip the fangs. They tried their best. GG, I was the fang. Alright, subsidized Stormcaller is actually not bad here for time, but he opts for improved firepower and another Vulcan. I am a Vulcan hater here. Vulcans, you know, maybe I just don't know how to use the Vulcans, but not really a fan. Like, yeah, Vulcans do well into Mustangs, but do they do well into whatever comes with the Mustangs? We'll find out. All right. Time is, you know, the last turn or the other turn he ran out of time. This turn he's quick to the punch. We'll see what Wonderboat does. Looks like he's just buying Mustang range. And we'll sell his Phoenix, I would imagine. Maybe he doesn't. No, he's keeping the Phoenix and leveling it as his Vulcan answer here. So currently the Mustangs outrange the Vulcans, so maybe that's enough to clean out. I'm pretty sure it is. Giant spec versus supply spec. Time is giant spec. Alright. More fangs and Mustangs. I don't wonder what Wonderboat is going to do here. Is he just going to shield? Literally just going to shield? Look at this haste module Vulcan go. Cleaning up everything. He's getting paid the big bucks. He doesn't fuck around. And now Time relying on this pack of fangs again to kill this Phoenix. He can be doing significant damage here, but looks like the Phoenix is... Wait? No, Fang's actually going to close up with this tower debuff. Now we're going to actually do significant damage. Wonderboat down to 2.3k HPs. They did take revenge for their homies. No Fangs will die on his watch. Wonderboat opting to skip. Understandably, he skips instead of taking tech spec. Although he probably has a plan with his shmoneys. So what is game plan for Mr. Boat? Is it Rhino? Is it Melter? Probably Melter. That's my guess. Don't know. Fortress is also good. Sells the Phoenix. I see. So he's got some plan. Probably 2 melters with range? No, 1 melter? War Factory YOLO? And it is indeed 2 Schmelters. Still could have took tech spec, but he can do a 3rd deploy. Time still with a bunch of money left. So Vulcan range. So the Mustang range. Oh, interesting. Wonder borrows for that. So that's probably why he didn't take tech spec. I think that's a reasonable call here to do that. Now the Mustang range basically baits out Vulcan range, and now the Vulcans are going to be AFK on the Melter. Actually, that's not true because some Mustangs go in front. But the Vulcans will drop on both sides. Interesting that Time actually levels up his fangs. So the Melter Boro seemed to be a pretty good call here. I think your response as Time is just buy your own. What did Time at this round? It looked like it was just Fangs and Vulcan range and level, I think. I miss if it was a level. Yeah, it was a Vulcan level and Vulcan range and Fang level. Now we got some interesting choices. Senior defense is strong. With the Vulcan Mustang scenario, maybe you skip. Would Ignite work here? It would take way too long. Now Time said, fuck that shit, bot. The only way to kill a Melter is with Big Daddy War Factory. I'm not necessarily confident in this because Big Mommy Melter will suck off the Vulcan, then suck off the factory. And Time only has 4 techs on his War Factory. Maybe he should have looked at his techs before playing the series. All good. War Factory only needs 3 techs. And AM. PG-13 tourney. You're not allowed in, Memphis, though. No AM, but I don't know what about this plate here. And looks like Wonderboat bought late Fangs and an AM device and a level Melter. And he's summoning balls. So he's summoning balls, but he's also, you know, he summoned 2 balls. Don't know if 2 balls is going to be enough to make the difference here. And Vulcan now flaming the Melter, giving him a nice warm hug. Fortunately, it's not going to be enough, and the Melter will take down the Vulcan here. I don't know how Time gets out of this situation here. This is pretty good evidence that if you buy Vulcan, you may be in a bad position once you buy the Vulcan. We do have the data here. We'll see if Time can turn it around with more War Factories and spawning more garbage. He does have all the techs he does need for success. We'll see if it is enough. Amp core on a Melter. Wonderboat does not have diffraction. How will he ever deal with the War Factory spawning trash? Amp core level 3 Melter is beefies. Don't worry, we're spawning sledges, guys. Sledges will keep us afloat. Surely, sledges keeps us alive. Sledges has never done Time4Miracle wrong. Never. Sledges will definitely pull through. Trust. Wonderboat borrowing for range and speed. Time doesn't want to borrow for range and speed. He said no thanks. He said no thanks. He wants to save his money for next game. Insta-suck on the Vulcan off-rip. How many sledges and balls have been spawned? It looks like 3 of each. 2 of each? Not going to be enough, unfortunately. It looks like match 3 goes to Wonderboat. GG's. Ripperonis, pepperonis. Big payouts. Although majority still voted for Wonder, but a lot of balls lost on the line. Yeah, if here we have the data here. Time has said it. But if you buy Vulcan, you lose the video game. It's very simple. When you bought the Vulcan, I was like, oh no. No. Then you bought range. I was like, oh no. I mean, no. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you had the text that mattered. I mean, in this scenario, I guess, but yeah. Everyone saw your 4 tech factory and it was like a Lamaus. Vulcan's mostly only good in range if you range, yeah. I really don't know how to use it. I'm still a Vulcan hater in general, even in range if you range. Like, I think it's good when people use it. When I use it, it doesn't work. But yeah, rushing into Vulcan, I don't know. GG's a Wonder, well played.